Hey guys, this is a quick little weird video, but it's one that I didn't realize I needed to make or wanted to make until about 20 minutes ago when this particular event I'm going to show you happened. Now it's currently 1 in the morning, and so naturally I've been working on another video all day. I got home, I wanted to rest, and I decided I was going to play some Apex Legends with my roommate and his brother and just relax and have a good time. And so that's what we did. So we played a few rounds and didn't do particularly well because if you know me, you know that I suck at shooters of any kind. And then we started up a new match, and this one seemed to be like any other, but the guy that we encountered was downing us very, very quickly, and it was suspiciously quickly from a distance. Like, we round a corner and then he's 50 yards away, can spot us, and then headshots us within a couple tries. It was a little weird, so I started spectating the dude and he started doing some really weird stuff, and then this happened. The second I saw it start to happen, I hit Alt F9. I started clipping that immediately because I wanted to get this recorded. He clips underneath the map, and then you see him look down. He's typing in some sort of coordinate into some bot machine, and then he clips, if you look at the minimap, into a totally different area of the map with a couple keystrokes, clearly abusing the system, clearly cheating in some way with some sort of bot or system of some sort. Naturally, I became fairly frustrated, as did everyone else on my team who was seeing the same thing I was seeing, because we were already suspicious with how quickly he killed us. He was a newbie level 3 with like 10 kills or something, and he was racking up headshot after headshot after headshot. And so naturally, our presumption is that this guy is cheating, he's using bots, and that he was previously banned but created a new account, and this is how he's playing now, because apparently this is fun for some people. And so I, of course, looked into ways to report cheating for this player, to try to get him flagged so that he could be taken down. But what I realized was that this is incredibly difficult to do. Now, I don't know if you've ever had to report a player for cheating in Apex Legends. Hopefully not, because hopefully you've only been playing with actual people and have been having fun. But when this happened, I said, this seems unfair. Clearly, I happened to catch him doing this weird thing, clearly proving that he was cheating. So I have this duty, I have a fiduciary duty to report this man so that, or woman, we're inclusive, so that nobody else suffers the same fate as me and my team. And so I felt obligated to report him, but I started looking into how you actually do this. So I like tried to look all over the menu in the settings, pulled up Origin. We're digging through it. Me and my teammates, we're trying to find a way to report him. Turns out you have to go to EA's website. You have to fill out a form, put in their user ID, hit the support or submit button, and file basically what is effectively a support ticket to do it. And that's good. Like, okay, let's be honest. We have a method of reporting and flagging players for cheating. But for a competitive shooter that is a battle royale style game that's trying to take on the likes of Fortnite and PUBG and all of those games, which clearly have major issues with cheating, I would have thought that they would have taken some more precautionary steps to at least make it easier to report these types of instances. Now, yes, there's the obvious issue where there is a problem in these types of games where players will report players as cheating when they're simply talented and they're simply good and they're not abusing the system as this person, she 81723 clearly was doing, and so they don't want to have that flag there to be abused by players. And when you find somebody who's cheating, you want to make sure that it's real, and so you put these steps, these precautionary steps, in order to have those barriers broken down, so when you get a report of cheating, you know that somebody went through the steps to actually try to do this. But to be perfectly honest, this excuse doesn't really make any sense, and I don't think it can be backed up logically, specifically when you compare it to any other instance of some bad thing happening to an individual, and then you try to report it and they put up all of these barriers. So for instance, I get my my like school books, my textbooks stolen, for instance, at university while studying business, as I do. And then I want to report it. So I go to the like university police department and I say, hey, I want to file a report. And I'm expecting a little piece of paper. I fill it out, put it in my textbook, describe any details I know. That's it. And then they tell me, well, you can do that, but first I need you to sit in that chair for 45 minutes, maybe an hour. And then we're going to take you in and you'll have to talk to one of the officers and we're going to make it more difficult for you to do this. And I say, why can't I just fill something out to report it? Why would I make this up? And they say, well, because we have some people file false reports against people that they don't like or against things, making stuff up. So we want to make it more difficult to do that. And this is why we have these steps in place. That doesn't really make any sense in either circumstance. Yes, you're making it more difficult for people to abuse the system, but you're also making it more difficult for people to properly use the system. In this case, this guy Chishi was clearly cheating. It should have been a couple button presses for me to report his butt and get him kicked from the game. Clearly, he's going to make a new account, as he likely did here. But at the very least, then he's not going to ruin anybody else's night tonight, hopefully. Now, of course, I fully recognize, and I'm not naive or ignorant to the fact that there are many moving parts to this, and it's not as simple as just adding in a button to report a player. And if that were to happen, then they would have a lot of processing issues. Maybe they don't have the manpower to sort through it. My response to that would simply be, it's not my problem, to be perfectly frank. As part of this game, part of the package that you're selling to the player is the idea that you're going to have an unadulterated experience, an experience that is pure and free from cheaters and from people gaming the system, I guess that's a pun, in this way. And so to be perfectly honest, it doesn't mean crap if you don't have the staff or the abilities currently to tackle it. You have to tackle the issue. Same argument would be back when the Note 7s were blowing up. I had 2 of those phones. I went through 2 of the warranty replacement ordering processes before they finally became illegal to own. And so I love that phone, but imagine if that thing was exploding and there was all these news reports of it having issues and people were reporting it and it was becoming an issue. And then Samsung said, well, we understand, we hear you, it is an issue, definitely, and EA has granted this is an issue, cheating is an issue in Apex, but we just don't really have the means to fix the issue, so we're just not going to do it, or we're going to make it very, very difficult. So if you want to claim a replacement on your phone that you paid $1,000 for, you need to go through these steps in order to do it, and you got to fill out this paperwork, wait a couple days, then you got to do it. They just put all these barriers in the way to make it more difficult. I don't see that as an acceptable response. Maybe I'm crazy. I want to hear your thoughts down below. And you guys know me, I don't like complaining about this sort of thing. I try very actively to keep my channel fairly positive. I have an entire series where in the thumbnail we say just wow, because it's kind of a meme, it's goofy, it's silly. We're playing video games. You know, this isn't cancer research, nor should it be. It should be fun. We should be having a good time. But that's why I am bringing this up, because to me, this is a direct impediment to people having a good time and an experience with each other. An event like this spoils the whole thing, because now whenever I play the game and I encounter somebody who gets me from a distance with a headshot, instead of thinking, wow, they have really good aim and they're very talented at this game, I'm going to think, well, they're probably a Chishi and they're probably cheating and using some sort of bot to help them play the game. And the second that doubt seeps in, everything starts to collapse. That's why I stopped playing PUBG back in the day when cheating was a huge deal. It's funny, I say back in the day like it was years and years ago. It was like 2 years ago, year and a half. It wasn't that long ago. But that's my point. With all of these things, it's not an issue until it's an issue. And I'm not the only person who's had issues with cheating in this way in Apex, and the reports are starting to stack and stack and stack. And so at the very least, all I'm saying is it should be easier to report cheaters in Apex Legends. Maybe I'm being overly dramatic. Let me know. Maybe even by the time you're seeing this, they've fixed it and there's a button directly in the game on this screen where you can spectate, where you can report cheaters. Maybe that's a thing by the time you're seeing this. As of right now, it's not. But like I said, I want to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. I love you all. I'll read all the comments, I promise you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Love you. I'm going to get some sleep after editing this. It's going to be a late night. I love you. Bye.